Underdogs, ex-DarkPassage getting the thumbs up. Oh, that's interesting. It's going to be Cobblestone, the Squares Esports pick here. ex-DarkPassage will be starting things off on CT side. Double flashbang and grenade for Tugux. And there's going to be no defuse kit actually for the ex-DarkPassage side overall. So Dav within the utility buy, double flash on his side. We'll use the first. And now they're going to enter quickly in towards the middle area. Chev taking down that first kill. Takes down Sasuke easily in towards a 5-on-4 situation. Jordan, first man in towards the site itself. Spots out. Well, 1 on Tensky takes him down. But there's Tugux coming back towards the balcony area. Taking one down. It's still going to be Dav and Chev with 2 quick trades. And that leaves 1 man alive. And a 1 versus 4 for the CT side with 8 HP. Tugux, it's impossible. Chev will take himself a 3k and take Squared a pistol.
Oh, just a great pistol round coming out from Squared Esports. Really had the passage line of where they wanted to go and struck it right in the middle, as it seemed like XDP trying to come in with the quick rotates, but unfortunately those flashes being perfectly used blinds them out and all those opportunities. And that's going to be Squared picking up their first round, which is looking promising. We saw them win the first pistol round last match, so we'll see if they can do it against consecutively and take it to 3 rounds, as they are just going to default across the map. Just try and get these one-on-one engagements. Try and see if they can get any of this Turkish side to push forward and get a bit of aggressive. But they're going to take their angles, take their time. They do have a lot of utility to use on the back of Squared. For the bomb, it's just going to be dropped in the A-holes at the moment. Chev, his first man out. Just trying to shoot a couple of bullets, but it's going to be Luntax taken down by Holmes. So immediately man advantage in their favour, as we need to have guns coming everywhere as Dav. He's going to pick up 1 more, so XDP, they're coming on a force buy here and they're not really making it work, as Chev is now going to pick up a double. And immediately this force buy has just gone completely broken for XDP. It's only going to be Sasuke left. Does have the deagle and armor left to use. 37 seconds left. It looks like the A side is the site to attack, but he is just sitting there in the smoke. Finally going to fall back to Juliet. Does have the crosshair on a couple of players, but can't quite get the angle that is necessary. He's stuck now. All the Squared players know exactly where he is, and he's going to be taken down. So XDP coming off the force buy, not really working like they wanted it to.
2-0, great start for Squared so far, and I think this is the start they needed for their picks. So AK's out. The ex-DarkPassage not going to have much of an opportunity back in this round here. Just the P250s, P2Ks, USPs, and no Kevlar, no utility for the CT side. Not really a whole lot for them to work with against Squared Esports, which makes a whole lot of sense in the 3rd round of the matchup for the T side. Now, it should be a simple 3-0, should be a very easy round for this T side. XDP will still hold down some aggressive angles to try and pick some players off with these pistols. I think using those P250s is a good effect. Take some headshots, take some rifles out of the hands of Squared would be the best thing that they can do at this point, because there's really not much else that they can do. They're not going to be able to win the round. They're not going to be able to hold down any site like that. And with the current positioning here, with a very standard angles, 2 on either side, 1 that was in drop has rotated back over towards the A site. You know, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be likely for them to find themselves around with this spread out style play. So a minute to go. Squared not going to offer them up any particular advantages. Don't want to give away too many early picks. Don't want to give ex-DarkPassage any room to breathe here in this 3rd round, as they will make their way slowly up towards the A site. 4 players stacked in, 2 towards long, 2 towards middle. Information is gathered. They did spot out the bomb, but here it comes. Execution on towards site. Should be simple as that. Chev taking down Rocket to start things off. And the rest of the CTs should just go crumbling like a broken biscuit here. Holmes is 1, 2, and now 2 versus 5 will ensue, which is going to get cleaned up very easily, with Luntax being the last man alive. And a 1 versus 5. P2K in hand, headshot at best, death at worst. 3-0 for Squared.
Well, really easy rounds coming off the back of the pistol win. But now this is the chance for XDP to bounce back like we have seen in the past. A really strong match coming out from them on Mirage, but like you said, it is going to be Square's pick on this cobbled map. So we'll see if they can bring this adrenaline execution style that we saw from them in the past. But this is going to be the first buy round. Once again, Squared bomb look like it is going to make its way towards this A bomb site. But look at the stack coming in from the CTs. There is 4 CTs towards this B bomb site. And it's all going to be up to Tensky sitting towards A. He might be caught out here. He's just going to try and fall back. But a little bit of a misread coming out from XDP. It's going to be very hard for them to rotate into this site with full utility usage from Squared. But they are going to run down the clock. They haven't decided to fully come out for this execute now. And now the bodies start running in as we see 3 coming from ramp and 2 coming in from stables. Tensky just sitting from the left side of the smoke. Has a pretty good crossfire of where he wants to aim. And that's going to be Yuri. He's going to find up the first one. But Terry is going to get taken down. And look at this. It's all going to be up to Dav left. He's going to take it into a 1-on-2. But he's going to get taken down. So XDP, rotation's coming in very fast. And they're going to pick up the gun round.
And there we are. I'm going to come back from the ex-DarkPassage side. Can they roll it onto a second round is the question. Can they connect their consecutives together, or will Squared manage to reset them to take themselves a very dominant score and to start things off here on their T side? 2 AKs were recovered in that last round. Good play from Suzuki and Luntax to hold on to those 2. Max 7 also in play for 2Gux, who's actually playing out towards middle. Actually, this is a very weird play. You expect him to be playing more in towards connector and holding down, expecting Squared to come down to the drop-down area. But we're playing close range. He was initially playing a long-range angle out towards the top of middle, and I was going to be very confused as to why they tried to play that, but he will instead take liberties just out of the middle door, so decent angles coming in, decent angles. Could work out to their favour. We'll find out shortly. As a Squared actually do look like they're set to enter in towards the A site. 2 players are heading up towards long as Tensky is also going to have to do some good work to hold down the angles. Will spot some info, spots out the spray and takes down Jurek nicely down to a 5-on-4. Shev will try and chime back with a kill, takes him down to 7 HP at best, but that's all they're going to find is their health advantage is still to the favour of XDP. However, Dav is down to 30 HP to start things off. He's been tagged up very, very hard as he is rotating back towards Dragon to pick up the bomb. 45 seconds for Squared to make a move, and already they're down a man. This looks like it could, on paper, be a round for the CT side.
Well, they do have that man advantage. Looks like Squared, they're really running down the clock as long as they can. Smoke coming in from Dav is going to smoke off connector there, and it looks like the B side is the choice they would like to take. But look at XDP, they are lined up towards this B bomb site. Dav, he's going to try and connect all the angles. But look at this, Luntax, he's going to pick up 2. Warwick chiming in as well. But Shev, he's going to pick up a double. And finally, Luntax, he's going to drop him down. And XDP, this is the style we're used to seeing from them.
Yes, they've really struck back against the Squared side. And now I'm starting to look a little bit wary for the T's now. There's going to be a forced buy in full here. AKs, Galils, 1 AK, 2 Galils, a UMP and a Tech 9 is all they're going to have to work with here, and they're going to have to, well, play something out of the hat at this point to try and bring back on something against the ex-DarkPassage. They might fast play in towards the B site. It seemed like Hobbs was going to be first man leading the charge for the rush down with a little bit of utility out towards the bomb site. Here it comes. Smokes are out. It's going to be, well, 4 players to defend at this point because they have rotated in their masses on the CT side. Backup has arrived and they will fortify the B site as Tensky takes the first onto Dav. Good grenades, going to do some serious damage to the Squared side. They don't know where Luntax is though. 5-on-4 situation. 2Gux going to take down Shev to a 3-on-5 situation. Finally, Tensky gets traded out, but Woxic is there to take him up back out of the action. Holmes goes falling as well. All Jurica 1 versus 3. Luntax playing the close range angles out towards Matrix, watching out for the slightest of angles to take himself a 1-tap. They know where he is, and they will spray him away. Suzuki with the final kill. A teammates in the round, a kill each for ex-DarkPassage. 3-3 now. They will even the scoreline.
Well, a little bit of an unbalanced buy coming out from Squared Esports. They are just deciding to try and bring that force straight back into the hands of DP and put them on the back foot, but unfortunately didn't quite work in their favour. As a pause is going to come in, but I mean, Squared, what can they do at this point in time? It seems again that they're always getting shut down on these gun rounds, and they just don't really have anything to bring to the table as such.
They seem to be suffering the same problems as they were suffering over on Mirage, and that ex-DarkPassage just know exactly how to play against them. They're getting outclassed at every single point, so they need to come up with a way to really just break this CT side, because this is Squared's map. Now, Squared, if they lose this map, then that's going to be, well, not only a 2-0 to ex-DarkPassage, but also a bad form for them to pick Cobblestone in, so... Of course, a quick tactical pause for the Squared side to really decipher, well, where do we go from here? Where do we find ourselves at this present point? At the moment, it's not going to be anything too special for this round. There will be Kevlar, Helmet, and Tech 9 for Holmes. Everybody else just upgraded pistols to P250s. Tech 9 for Jurek. Dad's going to go with the default Glock. AWP, 2 AKs, 2 M4s for ex-DarkPassage. This should be a standard eco round, but Squared calling the early pause. Maybe they might have one or two things up their sleeve. They're going to have still another round to work it out, of course. This eco round is probably not going to go towards their favour, and Flakes was mentioning it yesterday, the mentality of people to use an eco round sort of like more as a tactical, an extra tactical pause to just sort of like think about your strategy and not really pay attention to allow ex-DarkPassage to win the round, because they're probably going to win it anyway. So, first pick goes to the favour of Tensky. Finds himself a second, nicely done. Easy as for the Squared side. It's going to mostly come down to this next rifle round as to how much of a force they can put into the matchup from here on out. A minute to go, 2 versus 5. XDB just going to start picking up the pieces that remain of the T side.
Well, they do manage to get a kill onto Warwick. Look at Two Guts here coming in with the spray. He's actually going to get taken down by Holmes. So considering the buy they have been able to take down 2 players, and look at that, he's going to find Luntax as well and grab an AK. But like you said, they didn't use that pause just before this round, so they can use that as a tactical pause to bring into the next. And like you said, I would love to see something up their sleeve, something different coming out from Squared Esports. But look at this, Holmes has made his way towards his B bomb site, and both members from XDP, they're on their way towards A, so they're not going to expect this. Bomb is being planted, so Holmes, 1-on-2 situation. It's going to be tough for him, only 19 HP to use, but he will be on for the ace for his team, as Tensky and Zazuke are both coming from B long or B plat. He has a pretty good read of this, just sitting onto the site. Going to try and see if he can hear anyone, but unfortunately, both of the CTs, they're grouped together. They're going to work together to try and pinpoint exactly where he is. But Hobbs, he's going to spot out one, but he's going to lose that aim duel with Tensky. And that's going to be DarkPassage picking up their 4th round.
And at least Hobbs putting himself a decent fight at the end of that one. 3k, doing some damage to the ex-DarkPassage side, which... considering they only had pistols for that round, it was actually decent from them to manage to put that amount of damage on the board for the CT side. AWP, AK, and 3 M4s will be out for ex-DarkPassage. Now, Squared, Bombs almost won them around. If they won that one single-handedly, they would have given him my props, but it was always going to be unlikely, so they weren't able to find it. Now, ex-DarkPassage will take themselves a lead here up against the Squared side, backing off into... well, wherever they seem to be going here, it's going to be mostly a 5-man in towards the long area. There's actually a lot of utility pouring over the hedge. It looks like Square, they're going to be going for a full-blown execution in towards the B site. Once again, this didn't work out well last time. Can they work it out this time? They've actually pushed the CTs back with the utility, so it's not going to be that bad. Luntax is still going to take that first pick. 2 come back against the T side. 2 Gucks taking down 1, and Suzuki taking down another. A 3 versus 2 situation. Favor to the CT side. Woxic got across, misses the flick on the AWP. Holmes, as a result, is going to take down 2 Gucks. Woxic finally comes through, spots at the second. A good flick takes down Jurek, and 2 players stay alive for the ex-DarkPassage side. Still damage done for Squared, but they're still struggling to get those Browns back on the board. XDP going to put them into a full round loss bonus, so maybe this next buy couldn't go to their favor, but either way, reset potential for both teams. They're both going to reinvest into this round. This could be the breaking point for Squared to come back against the CTs.
The problem is with a smoke execute either to either side, especially towards B, is that they're able to push their way through the smokes. This is the CTs, and as soon as they get that opening kill or opening aggression, they can fall back straight into the smokes, and the terror side will have no idea where they are. But Squared, they're going to bounce straight back with a full AK buy. Utility is a little bit light on the side. They do have lots of flashbangs to use, but other than that, It's going to be it. It looks like the A side is choice, but look, the Molotovs and grenades are coming in hard, but Tulux, he's going to pick up the first one, but Dav, he's going to take it down to a 4-on-4. Flashes coming in over the top as Tensky. He's going to find one, try and back off, but Homs, he's going to find one as well, so it's all going to be up to Homs left, but that's going to be Tensky dealing the work, and DarkPassage at the moment really just cleaning up on squared mistakes.
Not looking good for the squared side. They will force split into the next round here. AWP, once again, the same setup for ex-DarkPassage. It's like they haven't been really losing their form whatsoever. So as a result, they're just going to see if they can try to take the same strategies to shut down squared. Once again, they're going to go for middle control for this T side. 2 picks go to the favor of Tensky and Woxic. 3 versus 5. Jurek, Holmes, and Dav, last 3 alive for squared. To do anything they can, the bomb does get dropped by Tensky, takes it for the double. AWP chimes in. Woxic is just easy as chips for him. Holmes, last man alive, takes 1 pick maybe. Yeah, he'll find a 1 to Sasuke, but once again, he's being locked out from both angles here. If he goes back, Woxic is there with the AWP to shut him down. He can only go towards danger and try to sneak around the CTs at long, who he's going to have to take a challenge at some point here. A minute to go for the last T side player. Woxic knows exactly where he is, and he's just going to be peeking on through to try and find this final kill in the round. Luntax will speak out and take him out of the action. So there it is, 7-3. ex-DarkPassage 1 away from taking the half and taking the glory. And you can also be in with some glory. Of course, one of the other tournaments we run here on eFrag is the Razor Rising Stars League. And we've also got a giveaway that's running across all of our eFrag tournaments here. The bit.ly/Rising Stars League is the link you want to go to win yourself Razor goodies, DX Racing chair, and so much more provided by Razor, DX Racer, and of course our friends here at eFrag. Get yourself in as bit.ly/Rising Stars League. It's on your screens right now. Go to the link, enter the giveaway, and see if you can win some awesome prizes.
Well, it looks like squared. They're going to try and bounce back with this Tech 9 armor. We've seen it from them again, but not working in fashion. But look at their Sasuke. He's going to pick up 3. And Tensky on the flank. He's going to pick up another one. And Jurek, the only member on squared, managing to pick up a kill. And they're buying into these rounds, but really not dealing any damage onto the side of XDP. And they did pick up the 3 rounds at the beginning of this matchup. But immediately, XDP, they've won 8 rounds in a row. And really, they can go for these aggressive plays because they know that they're just overwhelming squared in everything they do right now.
Yeah, just squared once again finding trouble trying to find their opportunity to break ex-DarkPassage. And ex-DarkPassage, they realize this. They've gotten themselves 8 rounds in a row so far. This is just not squared's match whatsoever. They're just not finding themselves any opportunity to get any sort of footing against the ex-DarkPassage squad. And now 5-on-4 will ensue once again. Jurek being the first man down to the AWP of Woxic. Minute and 10 for these guys to make a move. It looks like it might be a drop-down push. 2 players in that general area. There is no CTs covering that, although Sasuke is holding out a more passive angle in the corner. They will drop their way in towards site. AKs on the board is all they have to work with left for the squared side. Minute to go, 50 seconds. They're going to run the timer down pretty low here. And there's, of course, very limited amount of utility for squared to make an execution, so they're going to rely on these picks, they're going to rely on these aim duels, and Suzuki will offer them 1 kill at least back to a 4-on-4 situation, but here come the smokes, here come the flashbangs to try and get themselves some sort of extra advantage going into this site execution, because they are still in a 4-on-4 situation. 30 seconds. Luntax getting a good grenade, going to do some damage, but there's the spray, and that's going to do even more. 2 kills. Chev does take down Tugux, but it's still a 3 versus 2. The bomb has been dropped. Holmes going to take that 1 kill back and trying to enter on towards the site. 20 seconds on the clock. Jordan's going to have to try and cover him off from Woxic, who's holding down with the AWP. The cross is so good, so Holmes not going to take that risk. He's going to put the bomb down. Tensky comes in the back, takes him out of the action, looking for his second in the round. Up against Jordan, will find the spray, but isn't going to be able to land any of the shots. Good grenade, damage done, sprays away, looking for that final head, and Woxic just there to take the AWP. Quick scope, 2 kills for him, and it will be a 9th round on the board for ex-DarkPassage.
Just great AWP skills coming out from Woxic, and he's the kind of player that you can rely on to get the easy shots, But at the same time, he's that kind of player that you can just say, hang on a second, go by yourself. We know your skill. And he can clean up the pieces. He has incredible aim on this AWP. And really, even if he's not getting the kills in one round, he's showing up, either supporting his teammates. And really, the team display coming out from ex-DarkPassage is just fantastic as such. As it looks like a little bit of a fake coming in from Squared, using their utility towards this B bomb site, as the bomb is going to make its way to A. But look at this. All the CTs have rotated to B. This is a perfect fake coming out from Squared. Finally, something out of the book that we haven't seen, but they've delayed it too far. As Tensky, he's now rotating back towards A, but he's going to be up against 3 Ts all coming towards him. He has spotted out one. He's going to take Dav down. So that's going to be Jordan trading it out to a 4-4. CT's coming in.
Homs going to go down, retake up on the cards for ex-DarkPassage. Homs is going to go aggressive. He spots out 2Gux, and 2Gux doesn't expect it. That's one head down to 4 versus 3. Peeks into the second, but Woxic with the AWP is able to take it back out of the action to even Stevens here. Jurik's holding back behind the wood. Will take down Luntax, peeking out for his second onto Woxic, but Woxic knows exactly where to aim. He lands the wall banger as well. Nicely done. Second kill. Can he find it onto the last player out towards middle? Chev still challenging right there. Quick scope takes the flick, and now it's all Jordan to try and defend AK in his hand. Clock is ticking actually. ex-DarkPassage, they've run this one down pretty low. If he can take this final kill, he actually might be able to delay it for enough time. Right here, Sasuke will take the kill, but he hasn't got enough time. He's going to have to take his AK, try and cut his losses, and run away with the gold right here. It will be a 4th round, just about saved for the Squared side, as they get themselves a 9-4 scoreline on the board.
I think we should give Squared a little bit of a celebration. It's about time that they broke the train coming in from XDP, finally picking up a round after losing 9 in a row. So they're obviously feeling fantastic after that. But just winning 1 round is not enough. They need to win a lot more. But look at this play once again, nice and fast towards the speed bomb side. Jordan's going to pick up 1, and 2Lux, he's going to take him down. So 1-for-1 trade. The bomb looks like it's going to make its way to this A bomb site. So a bit of a fake coming out from Squared once again. But there's no CTs towards this A bomb site. Finally, Warwick and his teammate are going to try and circle in as Warwick. He's going to miss that first shot, but Dav is going to capitalize as he's going to take down Tensky. Dav actually going to pick up Warwick as well. So finally, Squared bouncing back, as there's only going to be 2Lux and Sasuke left. And they have a lot to do.
2 versus 4 situation. Squared have found the skip in their step, as to say, against the ex-DarkPassage side so far on this T. So it's coming a little bit late, since they've only got about 9-6 scoreline at best for this T side. But hopefully their CT defensive angles are a lot better than the XDP team. 2 versus 4. Squared are going to see if they can try and hunt them down. They will try and go to 1. Dav's going to take that kill onto 2Gux. And now Sasuke, last man alive. 1 versus 4 to save the AWP. He needs to save an AWP. Squared spots at the gun barrel, however. And there it is. Holmes will take that final kill on to the AWP player. 9-5, favour of ex-DarkPassage. Final round of the half. The CTs, for the first time in a very long time, their economy looks broken as they are forced to reinvest into this one. 2 UMPs coming out. A few 5-7s for the CT side, and Squared will have themselves the standard rifle buys along with the AWP for their team. Counter boost. Holmes is expecting it. Takes that first pick instantly for the Squared side.
Well, that's pretty much the first time that we've seen them getting the first opening advantage. But Warwick, he's going to take down Chev with the UMP. He's going to trade it out for an M4. So, definitely an upgraded gun into this round. But if Squared can tie this up and take this to 6 rounds, they definitely have a chance of making it 9 all if they can win the pistol on their CT side. But their gun rounds, they just look rough at the moment. They're managing to pick up the pistol rounds and the other 2, but other than that, their gun rounds are really unsuccessful. But this is the time to shine. The B side is theirs. I think it's going to be 3 CTs in their favour. But Dav is going to pick up 1, but 2Lux right behind them all with the 5.
Way!
1, 2, 3. He's on for the 4, and Dav, he's going to come up with a Tech 9 onto Plat. And what amazing display coming out from 2Lux. It's just going to be Tensky left on 100 HP up against Dav on 14, and that's going to be DarkPassage winning it. And what an insane clutch coming out from Tulux.
How does he do it? How does Tugux? How does Squared not even realize he was there? Like, they pushed all into Matrix. They had full Matrix control, and not a single person checked Cubby. Not a single person checked that one hiding spot that the one CT player was playing at. Beautifully done from Tugux. 3K for him in the round with just a 5-7 as well. Really saved it together for ex-DarkPassage to take themselves to double digits. And more importantly than that, they probably tilted Square off the face of the earth now as the pistol round is into effect here. Defuse kit on Dab will be what Squared CT managed to take ex-DarkPassage to utility by on a Tugux. Gets himself a smoke, a flash, and a grenade. Jordan's watching the cross and just needs one single shot out towards middle area. Spots out several coming out of the long area. We'll take down Tensky, but there's Suzuki coming back. Woxic onto Shev as well. A 3-on-4 situation. Now Tugux with a good grenade is going to take one down to 72 HP, and is going to go aggressive trying to see if we can take him out towards the APC. Jordan still takes that kill, and it's going to be back to a 2-on-2 as Suzuki trades him out. Holmes is on the retake, swatches out for Woxic, tags him up and takes down Suzuki as well. Landing one shots there, finally finds himself a kill in the round, and now it's all Suzuki. Bomb not in hand, is in the CT control, and now he'll be in the retake positions up against them, and they know exactly where he's going to come from. Holmes locks on and takes him out of the action, and Squared with a much needed pistol round, 10-6 favour of the T side.
It always seems that their pistol rounds are just so crisp. I mean, really, the crossfires coming in fantastically for Squared, but it's just whether they can pull it back onto their gun rounds. But XDP, they're on 10 rounds, and Squared, they're on their way to 8 if the meta is going to work that you win the first 3 rounds if you win the pistol. But looks like DarkPassage, they're going to come with a Tech 9 armor straight off the back. Only one flashbang to use on Tulux, but they do looking like they are going to go for some drop control. Sasuke is going to be the first one out. Hasn't spotted anybody yet, but Squared, they've spread out pretty much to the entire map. Not playing those close engagements as the push. Finally coming in, the Tech 9's coming in fast, and they're going to overwhelm Squared here, as that's going to be Holmes picking up the first kill, but Tulux is going to find 2 actually. So those Tech 9s doing work at close range, but Jurek is going to find one onto Tensky. But look at this. These Tech 9s doing work at the moment, but it's only going to be Warwick left, Deagle, and armor in hand. It's going to be Holmes, 58 HP, and Shev on 100. So HP advantage on Squared, but at the same time, we see what Warwick can do in the past. Can he deliver? Ever so close to Shev, but Shev's going to win that engagement. And that's going to take Squared to 7 rounds, and it's just a matter of time to see, once we get to that bye round, can they take their streak any further?
10-7, of course. ex-DarkPassage putting the Tech 9s to good use. They're going to put Squared on a bit of a shaky economy, so PT50's out for them. They're going to try to see if they can try and capitalize on the economical damage they've done, try to see if they can make it more so, and put Squared in a very bad position, but so far, they are going to buy into the full M4s, 4 M4s, and a UMP buy up for their side on the CTs. They're going to try to see if they can use the aggression to their favor. It's going to be a heavy investment, so any kills here for DarkPassage is going to be extremely good for them. There could be a reset that comes on through with it as quickly as round 19, as we see the rifle round coming to fruition. So far, however, Squared going to be looking to try to clean things up. Holmes gets himself 3 kills so far in the round. Jordan's going to see if he can try to get one of his own. 25 HP on him. He does get tagged down by Woxic and Co. So try to see if they can get that 1 kill finally. Holmes does get taken out. Jordan's down to 7 HP, so it's down to a 2-on-4. Again, just DarkPassage looking for whatever they can in terms of the kills, hopefully extra damage. They do get a couple of dings here and there, but all in all, no kills. And it will be 10-8 favour of the ex-DarkPassage side. Now, can they break the Squared side? Can they shut them down? Can they hurt them to a point where they have to be reset? The economy has stabled out. Only one player going down in that last round is going to leave only Dab on $950 and not much else than that. Full M4s and full AKs coming out for both sides. Utility more better on the Squared side. ex-DarkPassage, however, still have execution potential as they head in towards the B-long area.
Well, it does look like they are going to try and get control, but once again, on a map like Cobble, it's so easy to get those fast rotations into either side. So it seems like a common strategy to have 3 CTs towards the speed bomb side, but John, he's going to get the first kill. He's actually going to pick up a double, and look at ex-DarkPassage. They're just getting destroyed on their push at the moment as they're down to only Lunex left on a 1-on-5. AK in hand, does have a smoke to use, but that is going to be it. And if you were to say, and not looking at the scoreboard, who is the team that's delivering it most times, you'd have to say ex-DarkPassage, but at the same time, there's only 2 rounds difference between the two.
Make it 1 as Square actually do bring themselves a 9th round here. This CT side going a lot better for Squared Esports than their T side did, of course. ex-DarkPassage also struggling on their T side, and I think that these are 2 very CT-oriented teams for Cobblestone. I think Square were relying mostly on that defensive angle. So now it looking likely to even things up here. It's going to be the Quasi coming out from ex-DarkPassage. Tech-9's Deagles, PT50's in play for the T side. Jurek is going to spray down onto Suzuki. Good grenade from Chev. That's going to shut him down. Nicely done. There's attack damage coming through anyway. There was no armor for his side now. Holmes rotating his spots out to Gux. And now Chev and Co will just try and clean things up against the rest of the T side. Not much going for them. Wox are going to do some damage. Vic can take down a 3rd player, and that would be very good for him and very good for his team to damage the Squared economy. But once again, just not going to happen. 10-10. Squared, a good comeback, will now put ex-DarkPassage into a full round loss bonus money situation. Still going to be the AWP out for Woxic. 4 AKs. 5 rifles out for the Squared side, 4 of which are M4s, 1 of which is an AK-47 itself. Next ex-DarkPassage with execution potential. It looks like they might try heading towards the B site again. Tried this once, didn't work. They can try it again. Will it work a little bit better the second time around? We're about to find out as round 21 comes to fruition.
Well, it's gonna tickle over 1 minute 30 left on the clock. XTB struggling a little bit on their T side, but I'm sure they'll be able to pick up the pieces ever so quickly just from seeing their past results. I've just seen them such a dominating team, and at the moment the half was 5-10. Squared have really brought it back and really showing off the talent they have to show everybody at the moment. But utility usage for ex-DarkPassage at the moment is okay. They do have pretty much full utility on 3 players, but it's looking like B is the site to go to as they are making their way towards drop and plat at the moment. But really, Warwick here just keeping his angle towards stairs, seeing if he can get any CTs to walk straight into his AWP crosshair. But ex-DarkPassage, they're going to run down the clock as much as they can. And look at this dab. He's got a pretty good read. He takes some early damage. And look at this crossfire coming out from the CTs. They're making it work. There's only going to be 2 lucks left. And actually, there's nobody left. And Squared, they're coming back hard now.
Maybe this could be their map. Maybe we could be seeing map number 3 in our series today. 11-10. Squared take themselves back the favor of the lead against the ex-DarkPassage side. And ex-DarkPassage, of course, going to be up for a buyback here. The comeback is real for Squared. Can they take it over the edge now? 4 AKs out for the T side, and now it's just going to be Chev taking that first challenge. Jurek is there to back up. He does get traded back for Woxic. 2 kills for him. He drops the bomb. Tragic for ex-DarkPassage. And now a 4-on-2 situation. 2 Gux and Tensky are going to be the last 2 left alive for XDP. And look at that. Holmes comes in with 2 kills of his own as Jurek does go down in exchange. 12-10. Squared clean up the whole effing show. A 2-round lead against ex-DarkPassage.
I mean, it's like they're a little crab. They're sitting inside their shell, and now they've burst open to show everyone what they have, because this isn't the Squared Esports we're used to seeing pretty much the first half and the first map. Finally, they're being able to work together, and this Turkish side, they're struggling right now. They haven't managed to make any rounds on their T side. They're just a little bit flustered at the moment of what they want to do, and it's tough for them. You look at Squared at the beginning saying, well, it's looking like ex-DarkPassage is just going to take this 2-0. It's very easy for them, But no, it's not easy for them at all.
100% right about that. XDP really, I think, need to call a pause and think, okay, where do we go from here? Because Squared are getting closer and closer to that map point to take themselves to a third map here in our best of 3 series. They have got tactical pauses at their availability. Can they use them? Will they use them? I think is the more important question. 4-on-3 situation, 50 seconds on the clock here for the ex-DarkPassage side, and it looks like an A hit. Looks like what's going to be their move for T side. Man disadvantage for them, of course. Squared a 4-on-3 situation, and they will make their way in towards A long in danger. See if they can find themselves a plant on the A side and set up the after plant against this CT side. Dav will spot out the first. 25 seconds left as Tensky and Woxic will start to make their way. Tensky first, looking for his first peak. Spots out Dav, takes him out behind the APC, and now 15 seconds on the clock. 3 versus 3. Woxic spots out one more, takes down Jurek, and now ex-DarkPassage have their way back into this map up here. CT's on the rotation. They catch off Tugux. He's now down to a 32 HP. The aim punch almost stopped him from getting the bomb, then he just about gets it in time, and now the man advantage will swing towards the ex-DarkPassage side as they will hold off the CTs from entering on for the retake. Jordan and Holmes, last two alive. Jordan's down, all on Holmes, and he will get challenged on by Woxic, who takes himself at 3k in the round. Ex-DarkPassage, they're not out of the woods just yet. They're not out of this one just yet, and they will bring it back within a 1-round deficit between themselves and Squared.
Well, Squared economy, it's looking fantastic. I mean, Jordan there, he's on 5,400. And to have a complete full buy into this, even if they lose this one, they're not going to struggle that badly into the next. But XDP, they are needing to jump straight back into this, get control, get into the mindset. But look at this boost coming in from Squared as Hobbs. He's going to take down Lunex. And that smoke covering off for the one-way was just fantastic. And we really see them, they're not always on the back foot and a little bit crowded as such. They're open for exciting plays, and it's catching this Turkish side off guard.
Right about that, and ex-DarkPassage now we're going to look a little bit more flustered again. 5-on-4 situation. Dav going to see if he can try pick one back to bring the even. Also bring themselves another man advantage against the Turkish team. A minute to go. Squared looking better than ever so far here in this series, and better than ever so far in this map up. 1-round lead against the ex-DarkPassage side. They got themselves a bit of an economy built up, so they should be able to force buy in the next round regardless of the result. An ex-DarkPassage will try for an A site once again. This has been their most successful site so far, but Jurek's got the AWP place this time to try and counteract it. He will take down the first, looking for his second. Does he spot out? Yes, he does spot Asasuke, taking him out. Tuguk still there. Woxic going to go charging straight into the crosshair of Shev, who takes him out of the action. And we're looking to see a clean sweep here against the ex-DarkPassage side. Barely any damage done to the Squared team, and they will reset the T side. 13-11 here on Cobblestone.
It's looking like both teams are struggling on their gun rounds on that T side, so it's not really an often proposal that we see on Cobble that it's completely one-sided towards the CT. Normally it's either a 9-6 half. It's close to the middle. It's not a complete whitewash like we're seeing right now on the gun rounds. But Squared, they've made their way to 13 rounds, only 3 more, and closing it out. And then we will be going to match 3, but it's not all over yet for XDP. They definitely can come back into this, and it just seems that we're not seeing the XDP that we're used to seeing it. They've given all their magic spirit over to the opposition.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just not we're just not seeing the same XDP at all here. Square have really taken away the wind out of their sails. And now they're just going to find themselves at eco rounds and difficult rounds to come back from. They will start things off at least nicely with Woxic. A nice 1-dig onto Jurek. And a second onto Shev. Nicely done from Woxic. Holmes comes back, takes one out of the action, looking to try trade it now to a 3-on-3. We'll find a Deagle player right there. Suzuki is going to get caught out in towards the drop-down area. 20 HP on him. He does get tagged up, but they have access to the site as Tuguk's going to take 1-dig of his own. Dav comes in, takes down 2 of the T-side players. And now Suzuki, last man alive for the ex-Dark Passage side will get shut down, and Squared bring themselves within 1 of map points, take the series to 3 maps here up against the ex-DarkPassage side. Barebacks coming in from the CTs. Ex-DarkPassage going to go for one of their own, but it is going to be a little bit risky as we do enter the closing round of this map here.
Well, it's not going to be long until one of the teams is going to take it out in their favour. And at this point, I'm going to say that Squared is going to take this ever so slightly. I feel like XDP can put up a couple more rounds on the board, but just the way that Squared are playing at the moment, I don't think they're going to be able to give this series up 2-0 in the hands of this Turkish side. But XDP at the moment, they've decided to take it slow. Use all the utility they can and try and save onto it. But we see a 4-man stack of Squared towards this B-bomb site. So if the Turkish side does run in towards this B-bomb site, it's going to be very scary, as there are going to be so many members in their faces. And it looks like the battle is going to happen. Sasuke, he's going to pick up the first kill. So the man advantage going in the hands of XDP. But now all the members start raining in, and all of Squared are going to have to try and set up for this push. As it's now going to be Tulux. He's going to get the first kill, but Jordan, he's going to trade it back. And Tulux again, he's going absolutely insane, as it's just going to be Chev left. And actually, he's not going to be left as he dies. But what an incredible play coming out from XDP there.
Yeah, they did take themselves a kill in that. They took themselves a team kill in that last round there. That's not how you want to be seeing this go down. ex-DarkPassage giving away unneeded kills to the favor of the Squared side. 12 to 14, they'll still take themselves around here, so they will try and use that to their advantage. But once again, they're back to reset potential, and Squared, if they win this next round, they look poised to win the whole damn thing up to a 1-1, and they will go to map 3. Sasuke, however, going to try and play it quick to see if he can make it. Not so. Takes the first, but Jordan with 2 nice kills, taking down a third as well. Tugux and Woxic, last 2 alive for the ex-DarkPassage side, and just like that, Squared are going to start cleaning things up. Holmes now looking for his kill in the round, looking for his bite of the bullet up against the last 2 ex-DarkPassage players, both up towards Matrix. Bombs down on site, not planted. Tugux going to still try and take down 1. Takes the first, looks for Jordan, knows he's on 3 HP at this point. One of his teammates have got a call out that one of these CT players are still lit. He's still going to take down 1, and Woxic gets Chev now. It's all on Jordan in a situation with 3 HP on his side. M4 in hand, doesn't spot out any of the team players. Spots out Tugux, but Tugux takes him down. And just like that, ex-DarkPassage buy their way back into the round at 13 to 14. They buy up, and a pause incoming. This one has got to be a tactical pause for Squared. It has to be. There's no way it can't be, because now they are fleeting, and now ex-DarkPassage might shut them down here in our second map.
Well, I thought it was going to be close, but I didn't think it was going to be this close. Squared's economy at the moment, it's okay, but it's not fantastic. They can either decide to force UMP's armor, but at the same time, I think the best option is to try and save. Make XDP come up to 14 rounds and try and take it as soon as possible. But XDP, they're showing up in these later rounds. They should have taken it out very early on, but a little bit shaky towards the start. Seems like they are finding their groove. But coming out, it's going to be Squared just with pistols. 1 flashbang onto Zurich. But that is going to be it. And it is going to be a very close matchup, if it's going to be ever. The second map on Cobble. It's going to be very tough if Squared are going to try and deal any damage into this round. At least if they can get a couple of kills and bring in some rifles into the next round. That is what they're hoping for. But XDP at the moment, spreading out across the map. Bomb just sitting out towards A, but they've got so much map control at the moment that they can decide to go wherever they want. But it's looking like they're going to pull out a fake, and they're going to bring all the 4 CTs towards this B-bomb side. There's going to be 3 Ts coming in towards this B-bomb side. Tensky, he's going to find the first with the 5-7 doing work. We've seen them do work before. There's Tulux. He's going to find another one, so there's only going to be 3 members left on Squared, but they've all surrounded this B bomb site. Lunex, he's Gonna try and see where they are, but he can't just find them out quite yet. As Jordan, he's gonna find one kill with the deagle, so a bit of damage coming out onto the side of XDP, but on the same hand, squared, they're gonna have to try and come into this thick and fast.
14-14, doesn't get much closer than this between these two teams here in our best of 3 series. ex-DarkPassage fighting to take themselves a 2-0. Squared Esports fighting to take themselves a 3rd map and try and come back into it in this series, and it all rests on what could potentially be one round here. Heavy investment from Squared. They will be out of it if DarkPassage manage to win this one. XDP still have themselves quite a bit of money to work with, so they can force play in the next round, so it might come down to this round or the next one where we go from here. 14-14, 5 AKs and 5 M4s out for both sides. Bomb in towards A long. And to commit to this kind of play from ex-DarkPassage wouldn't be that bad of a shout. There's only one player there exclusively on the side. There is one. Of course, they can rotate from connector itself. And Dav able to take control of the cover right there, as it will be. Well, some push coming on through into the drop-down area. Do Squared try and commit towards the B site defensive. They might expect it to be coming on through here. Jurek still watching out, and there's Tensky playing close range towards the smokes. Jurek gonna come on through, taking that one kill, but there's Sasuke taking one back. Luntax chimes onto Shev, turning into a 3-on-4 situation, and opens up the A site here for the ex-DarkPassage boys. Dab gonna peek on through. Holmes gonna take down one. Sasuke comes on through. Holmes with a head wallbanger headshot, looking for one more as well, and the bomb's still not been planted here. 35 seconds. The ex-DarkPassage need to get themselves on towards inside. They need to set up the after plant and just set themselves up with the retake for the Squared side. A 2 versus 2 situation. Sasuke watching out for whatever he can. The bomb will go down. And Squared, they think it's still going to be on the B side. Are they going for a counter boost? Are they expecting this to be a B side hit? No, they're going to try to set one up to head back up towards middle. And they're going to have to go very, very quick because they've only got one defuse kit. If Holmes goes down, 12 HP, this is going to become increasingly impossible for Jordan here. Low amounts of HP on both of the XDP side. Jordan with 100 HP, still got to worry about those one taps against the ex-DarkPassage side. He'll take down 2 Gux, and now it's all Sasuke. He will get shut down by a Holmes. Nicely done. The peek in from the balcony will win Squared a 15th, will win them a map point, will win them a chance to head into the 3rd map here. 15-14, favor of Squared. ex-DarkPassage now they are playing for overtime.
Oh, what a smart play coming out from Squared. The counter boost coming up into drop. He's going to rotate all his way around towards his A bomb site, and Squared, they were showing up in that clutch situation, taking their way to match point. But XTP, they want to take this overtime. So this is the last round. It is do or die for both teams right now. Squared, they're back into this. As soon as we thought XDP were coming in, it looks like Tensky is going to get the first kill. And oh no, Squared, they're already 2 members down. And XDP, they're coming in, but Shev is going to find Tensky on the back with that AK in hand, finding another one. Can't quite connect the shot onto Warwick. As finally, XDP, it's a 3-on-1 situation. It's all going to be Dav left in the 1-on-3 now, making a 1-on-2. UMP in hand, does have the head armor to use. And look
oh
at
my
this,
god!
It's now going to be a 1-on-1 2-lot. He's going to be up against Dav, does have the Molotov to use. He's gonna
unbelievable!
He's going to take it to overtime.
Oh my god, just when you thought that Squared might have had a chance to take it in this round, ex-DarkPassage come back, and we are going to an overtime here on Cobblestone here. So I think, actually, it does say we are tied up. So, might be a small technical issue, but we should go into our overtime in a second. I can't believe what we've just seen here. 15-15. Yeah, overtime is continuing in a second. It looks like we have just got a couple of technical issues with our server. But yes, we thought it would go all the way. We had a prediction it might go all the way. Indeed it has. We are going a little bit further. Of course, we are MR3 set up here in this map here. Whoever takes themselves 4 rounds will take themselves the victory. And Squared still fighting for that 3rd map. You know, they really want to take themselves all the way in this series. They really want to find themselves back into a decent contention against the XDP side. ex-DarkPassage, we agree that they were the most strong team here. But maybe this one might be one for Squared to be able to bring this one back. Again, it is their map pick, so we were expecting them to show up a little bit stronger than they did in the overall Mirage. But even so, still been a very close matchup. I still think ex-DarkPassage might be in with a decent chance to take it here.
It's going to be tough. I mean, if you were to say, is their aim better than Squared as such? Their team display was better than Squared, I would have to say. But at the same time, it seemed like Squared found their feet a little bit too late, but in that crucial time in order to take it to overtime. So it is going to be MR3 10K, but who do you think is going to take it? It's a tough call.
You're right about that. It is extremely close. Like you can't really like I don't really think you can like come into this one and give an immediate call to what is going on or into a round at this point, you know, because it's such a close match. You know, I think we can both agree. I think we can all agree that this is a very close match indeed. I'm really not sure where it goes, to be honest, though. I was predicting that ex-DarkPassage will be able to take this map, but Squared have really shown up. I think it's more going to come down to these CT sides more than anything else. And I think we are getting ourselves into our first round of MR3. Once again, for those of you who don't know, this is... Well, the scoreline has been reset, but basically the first team to make their way to 4 rounds wins themselves the match here in our... I'm not even sure what I'm even talking about here. I'm completely out. I've lost my entire wordplay. 5 AKs, 5 M4s. Suzuki now going to enter on through here. Tensky also going to get 1 kill back to start things off nice for the Squared side. 1 peek does come in, but just like that, Squared are shutting down everybody from the ex-DarkPassage side. Or just getting shut out. Woxic will take that final kill, and Chev will fall to the first round on the board for Squared. Oh, no, wait, actually, I think the teams have swapped. Yeah, no, the teams have swapped. Mistake. Just the Squared are ex-DarkPassage, ex-DarkPassage are Squared. So just keep that in mind as you watch.
Little bit difficult there, but in the end, is going to be ex-DarkPassage picking up their first round, and definitely a round which is needed on this T side. You do not want to be rounds down early, as it will affect your economy later on in that 3rd round. But it is going to be 16 to 15, so a great start coming out from ex-DarkPassage, but they're going to need a little bit more than just 1 round, as it looks like the B side is their site of choice. Jordan just sitting under broken wall here, has spotted out 1, spots out 2. He's going to manage to connect both of them. But it's going to be a 2-on-3 at the moment. Low HP on Warwick. Tensky only on 4 as well. So it's going to be all up to Zurich. And look at that. They've already taken it 17 to 15. So ex-DarkPassage really, they're making work right now.
2-0 so far. Great start from XDP. Great start for Squared. We're going to be on the ropes now. A very limited amount of economy coming on through here. 3 UMPs, CZ 5-7, 4 Spy Fraud, Intense Kevlar helmets and the like, all for the Squared side to try and bring themselves back in without having to go to a double overtime. Because if ex-DarkPassage win this one, which they are likely to do, then they could end up, they could bring themselves within touching distance of taking this series in its entirety. 2-0 so far in overtime. That's 17 to 15 in the actual scoreline itself. A little over a minute to go. Tensky going to peek on through towards Chev. Takes him down. The close range angles do not work for him in this case. As the T side take themselves the man advantage, access to the A side because Holmes is still playing passive out towards the hut, does peek out, Tensky spots him down, and Woxic can lay down, covering Fry. Jurek coming on through, takes down 2. Gux just about finds that kill. Yes, he does with the aggressive lurk play in towards Dragon Room now. A 4-on-4 will ensue. Bomb still not committed to either side, so actually the information could be discovered by Jurek if he's careful. He's still got to change onto the 2 T side players, so Lantak's going to take him out, and Woxic gets down Jordan as well. It's now just 2 left alive for the Squared side, 1 left alive for the Square side, as Woxic takes himself a 2K, and Dab will find himself 1. There's Tensky with the final, and XDP a flawless half on this overtime side.
Well, ex-DarkPassage now only need 1 more round in order to take the series 2-0 and the map in their favor. But Squared, they're on the back foot now. They need to win 3 rounds in a row on their T side. It's a very challenging task. But if you'd ask anyone to do it, I would say that Squared Esports could do it. But it's going to be tough. But at the same time, anything is possible. It looks like they are just going to spread out across the map. But A side is the one in choice. But look at that, Warwick. He's going to open it up with the AWP display, picking up the first kill. And now man advantage straight into the hands of DarkPassage's Tensky. He picks up another one. So Squared, they're forced straight back into a 3-on-5. And it's not looking likely that they are going to be able to bring anything back. But Chev, he's going to pick up one. So 3-on-4. But there's still a lot more work to deal with.
Minute to go. Squared down on the dumps. Tensky gonna take one back. Chev and Holmes, last 2 alive for the Squared side. 55 seconds and time is ticking away for this T side to get themselves anything. Look at this. Ex-DarkPassage. They know that they got rounds to play with. They even bought themselves an auto sniper in this round. Tensky going to take 1-2. That's going to get dragged back onto. And now it's all Chev and a 1 versus 3 to save Squared. To save them in this series. It's not going to happen. Ex-DarkPassage win it. They go up 4-0 in the overtime. And they take themselves 2-0 here in our best of 3 series. We're going to go to a quick break. And the analysts are going to break that one down for us after this short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Be back after this.